Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody had a good New Year's. Cue the new intro. You are now watching Farming with Duffy Ag. Drop a comment, thoughts on the new intro. Hope you guys had a good Christmas, good New Year's. Here we are. Haven't really done much. I got a lot of comments about putting wing extensions on here, putting a mesh extension, putting more weight on the back, running on singles, not having posi. First time I ever pushed snow with it. I do need wing extensions and a mesh grate to come up over the top. I'm running duals because moving axles really isn't that much fun. I used to do it like 5-6 times a year. I got my block on the side. I really don't need posi. It was just one instance during that. Plowing, I could use some posi, but I guess these do have posi, not all of them. The hitting the brake trick doesn't work because on articulate you only have one brake. Well, threw the weights back on. Got weights for the 6155, so I think there's 12 here. Got another thing that I see floating around on Instagram a bunch. For Christmas, my father, we got him a tractor mat for this, so it's pretty slick. Fits right in there nicely. They got a ton of them. It was priced nice. Yeah, it was awesome actually. 175 bucks or something like that. So yeah, I think what I'm gonna do today, we're gonna try to get the skid steer motor in. So that's my plan. Join along for that. We'll probably come across some other things. It's New Year's Day. It's actually a beautiful day. I think it's going to rain tomorrow. But they're looking good over there, aren't they? 4230 as well. Actually, we got something first. So it just so happened that I'm here. And it made me wonder. I don't get the alarms of the farm because strictly I got too much on my plate. I used to, but I do like sleeping a little bit. So it just happened I walked in and this alarm here was up. FCC low cleaning temperature during low cleaning water temperature. So flow controlled cooling, which means the bulk tank. And I pull that up and here's what it's supposed to look like. Up there, just over 120 degrees. Granted, it's just over 120 degrees, it says that. The sensor can't move quick enough. The water temperature is really at 165, 180. So, right here, from there to there. And it started alarming every time. That's milk truck pickup when it washed the tank. Nobody told me that, but I'm gonna say it's got a bad hot water valve because the temperature got up to 60 degrees and that was it. That's what I'm thinking. So I wish somebody had told me that, but I guess we'll see if I got that water valve and we'll switch it out. Two issues that I could think of. Hot water not working. My coworker actually said, hey, check that the pump's actually pumping because the sensor in this tank, I got everything taken apart now. The sensor in this tank is actually in the back due to how slowly we fill tanks when we're milking with robots. So we moved it to the back so we had better cooling abilities. But I'm into the box here. Couldn't get into the parameter that I wanted to for some reason, having them blank there. So each one of these relays, they're 24 or 12 volts low power in here. So I'm going to jump across the one that says hot right there and see if the hot water turns on. If not, we're going to take that cover off that the pump and all the acid and everything goes into for the water for washing, and see if we can start the pump and just make sure that's working. Well, that's filling. Let's make sure that it wasn't put as cold for some reason. That's filling. Alrighty. It's not the water valves, so these are working. They both turn on, so that's your water fill. Just fills that line. Get your hot and cold there. Took that cover off and just sprayed out. So take that panel off. Put that cover back on. Yeah, new year, new me. I have very rarely ever been into this, so that I'm used to. This stuff's a little different. We don't set our barns up this way any longer. Well, we never set up the barn. So how this works is when we put our first robot in, we worked with the dealer out of Vermont, New York, and now due to who was selling robots at the time, and now I work for the dealership locally, which is out of Connecticut. Alrighty, wash pump contactor, 24 volts, so I'm not gonna completely shock myself. Which one do you think that is? It's gotta be this. Nothing. Which is odd. Might have got it figured out. Don't really have a way of testing it without really digging into it or putting it in a wash. So I'm gonna wait till Sunday morning when the milk truck's back here. Just hang out with them. So I don't think the wash pump was pumping. There was a wire that was pulled out of a relay. Previous technicians from years ago wired it weird. So it took me a while to figure that out. But back together. So what goes on here, this is a 4,000 gallon bulk tank. Yeah, it's a little big for what we do. It's built. It was big, it was really big for one robot. 2 robots were okay. We're on every other day milk truck pickup, which is ideal for the co-op, and everybody else wanted it that way, or wants it that way, just for efficiencies. But you got your 2 tank valves, so everything here operates. The robot sends milk through this line. You got your filter, goes down, opens the valve down here, lets the milk in. When you change the filter, go to wash, it purges the line, shuts it all. So right now we're in cooling, regular cooling, so it knows how much milk is actually put into the tank when we first begin, so it can cool just enough, but it doesn't actually freeze the milk. If it went right into straight cooling, it would freeze the milk. So when that's flashing, it's in regular, or flow controlled. Now it's in regular, so we're at 37. And like I said, the temperature probe, usually they're up in the front, but we move them to the back in a lot of situations because of how much milk we flow into it. So, but yeah, now that I wasted a bunch of time on that, let's get back to doing what I was planning to do today. For those of you who haven't watched previous videos, I don't actually have the video of us pulling this because that was like a year ago. This is a 5-cylinder John Deere skid steer motor. I don't know if it says what it's rated for. Nah, it's some KWs. I don't know. He's interrupting my video. But this snapped a crankshaft. So that was the crankshaft. That's supposed to be on the end there. Been at the machine shop over a year. Told them no rush. And then it was a nightmare. They hated it. And I got this dolly full of the rest of it. I gotta remember where stuff goes. Been a long time. Took pictures of it and videos and whatnot, but that was 2 phones ago. But we'll figure it out. We were just about ready to drop this back in, and then I realized the oil pan was pointed the wrong way. It was pointed this way with the drain, but the drain comes out this side. So pulled that off. Got to get a gasket. Yep, nobody's open. Deere probably won't have it, so we'll put the oil pan back on and Wait till they are. Not anybody's fault. It could go, the oil pan could go either way, which when they put it on probably made sense. Well, either way made sense, but the drain line, which I just moved, only comes out one way, and if you don't know the machine or have it in front of you, you really just don't know. So this comes out going on this side just like that. So we'll wait, we'll get a gasket for it. $31 gasket, holding up operations here. Yeah, not a good start to 2021. I'll roll my cart of stuff over to the skid steer. Wow, I'm losing it. Come on. But that's as far as we can go today. So I figured I wanted to get dropped in and start plumbing things up, but clearly we can't get there. Not where we are now. So we'll put this stuff back on the cart and pull it over, cover this up, get my intercooler and radiator back into the shop. Yeah, how's everybody's 2021 started off? Just as good as 2020? Oh, by the way, we did hit 1,000+ likes. I think when I'm making this, I think we're at 1,500 likes on the video of Frank's shop tour. So the oil puller is going to come out. So that drain line comes out, goes underneath this battery, and then pokes out right there. So we can't have it go the one way. Yeah. And I thought about just using gasket maker, but I feel that if I put it in there and it leaked, I would kick myself pretty bad. So do it by the books the first time. Today really isn't going very well. They did put these weight brackets on. I put the weights on actually. Wow. But I didn't have threaded rod, so they ended up putting that on. I'm not sure why it sticks out 4 inches on one side and ½ inch on the other. It just makes zero sense. So we're gonna trim that flush because there is some points for style points. I don't know if the Sawzall's gonna do it or not. I do got my grinder in the shop. Oh no, that worked good. Much better. Not sticking out all the way. We'll have to grind that up a little bit. Same with that side, not sticking out all the way. Yeah. So, yeah, this got some weight. We actually ended up picking up, as of right now, 17 more acres of grass this year. Working on another 25, and I would like to chase some for myself. But we'll see. I got a lot of stuff I've already bit off to do. So many projects. Well, day one of 2021. Not much has gone smooth. And manure pit is a third full already, which I'm okay with. I'm ready to get back to hauling manure. Not even sure when we stopped hauling manure. I'd have to look back. But yeah, hoping for a good spring, hoping for a good year. So appreciate all you guys watching. Not much really went on today, which is annoying, but I'll see you guys on the next video. Looking forward to 2021 and what this year brings to us. So have a good one.